Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? It's Tuesday. Prusa Day. We're building a Prusa today. Mark IV. Yeah. Waiting on this to finally show up, and it showed up last week, so now we're going to build it now. So how's everyone doing today? No apron today. Normally when we do the builds, we wear the apron, but so yeah. as a poet scholar once said, that's hot. How's everyone doing today? How is everyone doing today? It is part one of the Prusa build. So today we are going to be unboxing, taking a look at the Mark IV kit, and then starting the build. Yeah, nice and simple. Originally I was going to print the parts for this, but I figured, you know what, to make it a genuine, so I guess I can properly review the kit. If I'll ever actually do a review on it, probably not. I'll use the parts that come with it, and then if it becomes an issue, then I'll print plastic parts. What I would like to try is potentially putting this in a box and printing a ton of ABS on it and just seeing how those PETG parts hold up. So we'll see. Garage thong new. Hopefully we're waiting on so basically if you're a YouTuber, you get paid monthly. Most things are kind of on monthly time scales and whatnot, like YouTube payouts, Patreon payouts, affiliate links, all that. It's all monthly. So we're waiting to see how everything settles after all the garage reno stuff and the credit card bills from that hit me, which, oh boy. And then mini split time after that. So had to reprint my parts in ASA because I've been trying to print Voron parts on it in my Mark III. I know Mark III parts fail if you enclose it, so it'll be interesting to see how the Mark IV handles. It's pretty close. So yeah, so we are building a Mark IV. Before we crack this box open though, do you like filament? If you're watching this channel, odds are you have a 3D printer of some sort. Do you want to win a spool of free filament? Every stream we give away a spool, Polymaker filament. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance to win. So yeah, so this is a Prusa Mark IV. I paid for it with my own money. So I'm allowed to say what I want. Purple Monkey dishwasher. So this is not a sponsored video. This wasn't sent to me for free, and I had to pay for it. So if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, the things I do, consider becoming a channel member, Patreon supporter, gifting super chats, gifting subs. I prefer people gift memberships over super chats because then other people get something too. Or just check out some of the affiliate links in the video description. Don't cost you anything extra, go a long way in supporting the channel. So yeah, so this is the Mark IV kit, the one I went for. Original Mark IV kit. I went with the black parts. That's it. I was gonna get the adapter so I can use the different nozzles, but they were out of stock when I ordered it, and then I tried to like modify my order and it didn't work, so I just kind of rolled with it or something. Power cable. I don't have a fancy overhead camera, unfortunately. I've got, thank you for purchasing a Mark IV. All important user information is in the printed handbook. Assembly instructions, happy printing. Mine was put into a box July 10th, 2023. Really? Yeah. Yep, mine was put in a box. What? 8 days ago. Cheat sheet. There we go. Wayne gifted 5 premium memberships. Cheers. So we get the always fancy Prusa handbook, that actual full instructions on how to build your printer and everything. We're going to be using a PDF. Or actually, no, this isn't the instructions. This is all like just how to learn about 3D printing. Somebody has read this whole book. If we didn't have smartphones, this would be by everyone who 3D prints toilet to read. Josh Wilson, $6.99 Canadian. Cheers. Money input shaping alpha is a huge upgrade from my stock printer. We tried it out a bit ago. I want the extruder V6 adapter. I have an extra. Cheers. Yeah, if you have one, and yeah, I would be interested. I will be trying it stock. So once we get this built, we'll put the newest standard firmware on it. We'll do some printing, and then we'll put the input shaper firmware on. I did pick up a satin sheet to go with it. Yeah, so I got the satin sheet. So go with that. Ooh. Okay, so what do we got in the box here? We got an ad for printables. How does this work? Okay, so that opens like that. That's that. Should I keep the box? I'm probably not going to keep the box. Okay, power supply, Delta 24 volt power supply. Good to have. She is really the only one you need. Yeah, I've used text. I've never used a satin PEI sheet, so I figure why not. So, ooh, oh, a bubble that burst. That's garbage. Motor kit. Ooh. I don't know about you, but this looks suspiciously similar to like an LDO motor kit. Oh, and Haribos. I don't like gummy candy. Extrusion and plate set. Got rods. Got one box Mk4 printed parts plaque in the buddy case. Fasteners and ELE, whatever LE is. Okay, and we got the frame, heat bed, carriage, and the regular PI sheet. Cool. How many likes for Haribo? We got 300 people here. If we get 300 likes, I'll actually eat a Haribo. And yes, I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, because that'll drive engagement. So yeah, so that's everything in the box. Let's pull up the assembly instructions. Prusa for assembly. So the plan is for this build series, and normally we do a little bit of chit-chatting before the stream starts. We're kind of diving right in today. It's the wifey's birthday today, so pretty much once the stream's over, I'm taking her out for some nice dinner. I don't know where, she gets to pick, but it's the wifey's birthday, so we're going out for dinner tonight. Okay, so the plan is that this build will take place over the next however many. It will be Tuesdays going forward. So right now, we have Prusa Tuesdays, Pruse days, as you would. We have Saturdays are the Rook until that is done, and then it's at customs right now, so it should show up soon. Once the Rook Saturdays are done, VZ BZBot VZ 330 build begins. So that will be taking over from there. So yeah. I could substitute. No, we don't drink on the Tuesday stream. Only the Saturday night stream, because it's the late night stream, we do partake in a little bit of zesty beverage. But yeah. Here you took care of silence. I haven't taken care of silence lately. It's just I've got a ton of shit out here already. So like, if you're wondering what the sound isolation is, it's here, you can stand where I'm standing. I just have a bunch of shit now. So that's acting as sound isolation. Because before I didn't have anything out here, so it was very echoey. So now it's not as echoey because I actually have stuff out here. Although, I gotta buy a shed. So the plan is half this garage is still my garage, right? I cut the grass the other day and I parked the lawnmower in here, and then I was in here for a bit, and yeah, it don't smell great. Between like the wet cut grass and like the gas smell of, because you know lawnmower doesn't burn clean. Yeah, it was kind of like not, plus I was doing resin printing, which, hey look, I did what every resin printer does, and I printed an anime person type lady. So cut grass, gas fumes, and resin fumes all at once. Oh, and a bunch of ISO. Hello, are we back? OBS just crashed. Okay. OBS just went. I went to hit S1 to jump over to this screen, and it just closed. Yeah, that was weird. Okay. Prusa instructions. So there we go. All the tools are inquired. Oh, so you know what? I'm gonna take my Allen keys. I'm gonna put my Allen keys away. I'm going to use the tools that Big Papa Joey P provided to build this printer. Except for my LTT super printer. I like this one too much. Is that a Pantheon shirt? Pantheon. Yes, it's a Pantheon shirt. Audio is a bit out of sync. It should be okay. Audio issues. What do you mean OBS is playing with the mute button? Okay. I've got a few people say audio's fine. Audio's fine, audio's fine, audio's fine. Audio's fine. 1 second here. There you go. Okay. So we have all the tools are included. Ooh, look at all these tools. Tools. Okay, 86% of you are saying audio's fine. Audio's fine. If it's breaking every 2 seconds, restart. Hit refresh. Because I'm on my end here, I can see what I'm outputting, and I'm outputting clean. I'm not having any audio drop issues or anything. So yeah, like everything leaving this computer to the internet is good. So, okay. Giveaway link not working. 184 people have entered, so it is working. Again, may need to refresh. Okay. So we've got all our stuff here. We got some lubricant, we got that, we got that. Additional utilities. We're gonna need a screwdriver. We're gonna need a marker. We're gonna need a circle. Oh, paper towels. Okay. Labels guide. Cool. There's the labels. Blah, 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 blah. All the boxes, all the parts. Spare bag. View high resolution images. Ooh. Ah. Yee. Okay, printed parts. Versioning some of the printed parts. EFG. These parts are printed on Prusa Research Farm and are distributed with the kits. RS and TX. Those parts are available for download at Prusa. They are identical to the factory ones. Okay. We are here for you. Lost in the instructions or cracked part? Let us know. You can contact us using the following channels. Cool. Pro tip, inserting the nuts. So if you don't know, there's a few different tips and tricks for how to get not heat set nuts properly seated. Important electronics. Yep, you got your bags there. Reward yourself, Haribos. The wifey's out with the little guy, just bringing back a nice cap. That's my reward. That's my reward. How to successfully finish the assembly. Follow the manual. Prepare your desk. Okay, tidy up your desk. Tidy up decreases the probability of losing small parts. Okay, clear your workspace. It is now clear. Let there be light. Actually, I'm gonna turn off this light. There we go. More contrast. Matt Shammy gifted 1 community membership. Cheers. Prepare something to contain the plastic bags. I got a garbage over there. Okay, frame assembly. Let's go. Instructions not clear. Printer in microwave. Porn bot? We have a porn bot? Oh no, we haven't had a porn. We haven't had a porn bot in a while. Okay, so we're gonna need the Allen keys. So we're gonna get the frame parts and that. Okay, so. Ooh. Ooh. It is a little dark. I need to get more front-facing lighting. So we have a steel sheet. We got the heat bed. That's cool. We got the carriage. It is lighter. Oh, it's all. So these are all injection molded. Well, metal injection molded. I am really quiet. I could bump it up a bit. There we go. How do I sound now? Blue LEDs behind the toolbox. No. I will not do the LED meme thing. We don't do that. What's the build surface? So if you build printers, go to your local countertop place, the place that makes countertops, right? Go buy an offcut of like quartz or something, right? Don't get granite because it actually sucks up oils. Get a quartz offcut countertop piece. That's what this is. It's like, I don't know, it's like 17 inches by like 20 something inches. Cost me 20 bucks, okay? This will be flatter than pretty much anything in your house and flat enough to build a printer on. Where's the apron? It's too hot for the apron. Morgan Pierce, $5. Cheers. Haribo consumption birthday dinner fund. Cheers. Do I want iced coffee? Iced coffee. Or ice cap. Ice cap, please. There we go. Oh, yeah. If you have granite, that's also a valid point. And also what I did when I had to square up my frame for my very first Forum builds, I have an electric oven or stove, right? My stovetop's electric, it's got a glass top. That's flat too. So just clean it really good and use that. Is the glass table flat enough? Depends how thick the glass is. Here's the thing, you wanna use the flattest thing you have, okay? If that is the flattest thing you have, then go for it. Yeah. Sink cutouts. Yeah, there's that too. Why is there a black panel on the door? Because I want to see how reflective it is, and I'm going to be slapping. I didn't get any stickers. I didn't get any stickers with this. I just realized that. I didn't get any stickers. Well, that's annoying. Yeah, I didn't get any stickers. Joe, you don't give out stickers anymore? What the heck, buddy? Ugh. What the heck? But anyways, I'm gonna start plastering that with stickers. Ask for a refund. Kyle gifted 10 community memberships. Cheers, Kyle. Okay, so we got that frame parts. So let's close this up. I made the mistake of opening one of these boxes, and now I'll never close it. Rods extrusion set. So we got that. Got that plate. Got our extrusions. So these are all 30/30s. Very nice. Okay, so we need screws, so fasteners. So I'm gonna need a printed frame, or printer frame, M516. Fasteners, M516 is in here. Matt Shammy, $5, cheers. I'll send you some stickers if you actually put them up, but ain't good enough, that's okay. What did you send me stickers of? Okay. Hello from Florida. Hello there. Yeah, I didn't get any Prusa stickers. What the heck? I think I still have some from the Mark III, but. Vitaly, $50, cheers. What are your expectations for load cell and print head? Do you think it's the future for all printers? $50, cheers, appreciate it. So with the load cell in the tool head, I'll talk about it more when we get to it, because I'll actually have it. Look in the book. Oh, there they are. There we go. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Now I got some stickers. Cool. For some reason, I find that one right there very funny. Okay. So when it comes to the load cell, okay, here's the thing. At the end of the day, you just need a switch. Yes, no. Okay. So all it needs to do is just repeatedly tell you when you have 0. Now, I prefer methods of telling it 0 that actually use contact with the bed. That way, you're actually measuring the true bed surface. So even an inductive probe is just a yes, no. It's a switch, yes, no, okay? So I prefer touching the bed. Now, there's a few different ways to touch the bed. You have load cells, you have like tap where the whole tool head moves up. There's a few different ways to go about it. The load cell on the Prusa is very accurate and it reads real time. You could see when you actually have this all built up, live reading of the load cell, which could allow you to do some other stuff. But for now, it's basically yes, no, have you touched the bed? It works really good in the Prusa. The thing is though, it is also completely custom to the Prusa because it's built into the heatsink mount assembly and it's a custom PCB. Oh, I'm clipping now. Okay, let me drop that. There we go. So yeah, that's the thing. It's in a controlled mount, and it's also it's just a very custom setup that the Prusa uses. So it works really good. It'd be nice if I could buy like an extruder standalone and try one of those on a Voron as a thing. We'll see. So we need that. We need that. We got our screws. Cool. Okay. So there we go. Okay. Take the longer extrusions and place them next to the frame. Okay. Make sure the engraved Prusa logo Top left is visible. This is the front side. Okay, note, screws are inserted from the opposite side. If you emulate the frame, make sure the extrusions are on the correct side once again, okay? Make sure you're using the correct holes close to the center of the frame, okay? Now tighten it, but in a diagonal pattern. Okay, so, are they tapped on both ends? I'm assuming they're tapped on both ends, yeah. So you come up, you go there, and you go there. Yeah, we're using the LCT screwdriver. How flat is the frame? Flat enough. It is die cast, so it's not like it's machined. It's actually flat on this side. When it's on its back, it's not flat because there's like different cutouts and whatnot. But on this side, it's flat. Eh. Yeah, it's not. You're not going to get it flat because it's not a flat thing. There's like cutouts and whatnot, so it's not flat. Flat enough. What about conductive probes? No, the problem with conductive probes is you need a conductive bed surface, which PEI is not conductive. So conductive probes only work then. So you're not probing the bed surface. You're back to either probing, you're not probing the bed surface. So. The vertical part was plastic. This ain't an A-net. If this was an A-net, it would be plastic. Also, apparently, good news, everyone. The Polymaker is shipping today, I think. Ricardo, $22. Cheers for the birthday cake. Thank you. It's not my birthday, it's my wife's birthday. And she might be watching the stream right now, so. Plastic is a fire hazard. Yes and no. I mean, anything flammable is technically a fire hazard if... Can't wait for the Polymaker. I can't either. I'm really looking forward to the Polymaker build. That is something I'm gonna have a ton of fun with. Because it's gonna be a straight time capsule, that thing. Isn't the A-net the one that was catching fire? Yes, yes it was. A lot of cut corners with the electrical, and also a lot of not great things that people did to them. So 3D printed drag chains using the wires that came with the printer that aren't ready to go in drag chains. Bad idea, but people did that back in the day. Yes, an unbuilt Polymaker original. Unbuilt Polymaker original. Okay. And then the short extrusions placed on the sides with the hexagonal recess. Note the screws are inserted from the opposite side. Ensure you're using the correct holes. Tighten them in a diagonal pattern. Cool. Okay, so make sure these are all nice and tight. And then what else? Friday stream. So Friday we'll be back downstairs because we're going to be building a set of hedamames. So that's going to be what we're doing on Friday's stream, is building the hedamames, which are the 3D printed headphones. So the hedamame V2s actually, because those are out now. I'm running my SP2040 wires through a drag chain. That's fine as long as you're using the right kind of wires. Another edamame. Yeah, they got the V2s are out. Use white, almost colored filament. Remember where it's from? On what? Like I've been 3D printing since late 2017. Need to be more specific on when I use that filament. Don't go nuts on titanium. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That is right. If it came with the kit, you might be okay. Usually if it's like a PTFE wire, you're okay. FEP, PTFE, or silicone in that order. Yeah, the problem with silicone is silicone works if you slather it in like a grease beforehand. So if you have like some super grease on hand, slather your silicone wires before putting them in the PTF or in the drag chains, and they'll last actually a decent amount, at least in my experience. And truth be told, I even grease up the PTFE wires in drag chains, just to minimize as much friction as possible. Have I ever considered an MP CNC? Not really, specifically the load rider, simply for the fact that I have no need of a CNC that big. Like if I had a CNC, the biggest thing I would want a CNC would be like maybe panels for a printer, if that, but nothing too big. Like I don't do big, I don't plan or would want to do big CNC stuff. It's just not my thing, and also room-wise. Like there are a few CNC kits I've kind of been looking at. What I would honestly really like, if anyone from Onefinity is watching, they make one called the Machinist that's, I think it's like 16 by 16 inches. That's kind of what I'm looking at. But outgrown the 3018. I still use the 3018 occasionally, not right now. As you can see, it's storage. It's just the problem with the 3018 is there's like no way to overhang stuff. So I don't machine, the biggest thing I've machined on it is like the back panel for one of the V0s. But there are some things like, I've done quadcopter frame on it, and it's fine for that, but it'd just be nice to have a little bit bigger machine that's beefier. Okay, so we have that. Okay, before we proceed, it's important to show the correct side of the frame. Long extrusions on that side. Okay, cool. So Y-axis, front and rear plate preparations. Okay. Front plate, there is a sticker with a serial number on the rear plate. Keep in mind, we use it as guide to orientate the print later on. Do not remove the sticker. Okay. Do not remove the sticker. Okay. So rotate the frame so that the longer extrusions are facing you. Place the front plate, the shorter one, onto the extrusions with M516R. Don't tighten them yet. Now tighten the screws fully in a diagonal panel. First there. Okay, cool. Rip headphone users. What? I mean, rip headphone users. Oh, Steve's here. Hi, Steve. get to the first gummies yet? I don't know. I'm not a fan of gummies. I'm not a gummy person. I'm not actually a fan of gummy candies. Have you finished your Mark IV yet, Steve? I think you finished it already, right? Hey, Calvin. Aw.
Daddy, I got to make for you.
Thank you. Did you have fun at the park?
Yeah, and I'll be you. And laugh at it.
The only good thing Tim Hortons makes. Ice cap. Yeah, I gotta start printing parts for the Cynthia still. I think that'll be next week's video. Not allowed to use a Prusa if you don't eat the gummies. I don't know. I've been using the Mark III. I never ate the gummies. Did I eat the gummies? I might have ate a few gummies. I'm just not a fan of gummy candy. Put 2 shots of Bailey's in there. I did? Okay. Well, maybe I did. I probably ate them because people told me to eat them. Kind of disappointed. Linus told me that these bits for the LTP screwdriver wouldn't get stuck in fasteners, yet these ones do. Quite often. Why isn't he done yet? I don't know, David. Everyone say hi, David. Only use the Prusa. The problem is I got to dig for the tools and I was too lazy to, so LTT screwdriver it is. It's an Allen key. So stainless fasteners. Yeah, I'm not a fan of stainless steel fasteners in printer kits. The metal I find is a little softer than the iron, like the standard fasteners, and they're not magnetic. So all my magnetic tools aren't magnetic with them. So okay, so now I need to get some nuts. So M3NE nuts. What are M3NE nuts? M3NE nut. M3N, M3NS, M3NE. Oh, okay. Alan just saying electric lawnmower out of nowhere. Do the Mark IV have structural zip ties? No, they depreciated that feature. Okay. So 2 go there and 2 go there. Okay. Okay, so 2 M3Es on each side. Okay. So I've got 1 extra. So on the outside, and then we put that on there. Rear plate, make sure you have your inserted the nuts on 2 sides. Sure the flame is true to you. Place the don't tighten them yet. Orient the part so that the sticker on the back is on that side. Okay, so like that. Now tighten in a diagonal pattern. Okie dokie. They lost money on the zip ties. Appreciate it, yeah. The Mark IV board case, yep. So this isn't my first time playing with a Mark IV. I actually had a Mark IV. Somebody local and a fan of the channel lent me their Mark IV that they bought. It was like right after they came out. Like he bought the pre-assembled one like the day, like right as soon as they were available. So I've played with the Mark IV already, but it wasn't my Mark IV. And they've had some firmware updates since then. Thoughts on the new bamboo printer? Which new printer? The P1S? It's the P1P with an enclosure. And it's not a bamboo killer. Okay. Hi, this is a Prusa stream, so we're just gonna touch on this once. Not all printers are for every market, and just because one printer excels in one market doesn't mean another printer that also is in that market is now a complete dead end. So for example, little Timmy who just wants to print trinkets and whatever mean print of the month, great printer. Bob who owns a company who needs some printers to work on some, print some stuff for clients before they go into production. Well, he may not want a printer that requires cloud services and, you know, his network department would not like that. There's more than one market for printers. And they can coexist. Try getting a bamboo in a school. Yeah. I mean, remember, DJI is straight up, any DJI equipment is straight up banned by the Department of Defense in the US. Bamboo is founded entirely of former DJI employees. Network security is a thing. Carry on. Okay, why geometry check? Okay, place your printer on a flat surface. Try and wiggle a frame from side to side. This is squared up already. Yeah, we're good. ITAR. Yep. Like even, and I'm not just picking on bamboo, be real. Pretty much any printer that's running Clipper is also a huge security risk. Especially the printers that are running not normal off-the-shelf Clipper and are running like the one that's like a version out of date that pulls updates from some random website overseas. Yeah, those printers are a massive security issue. Go watch the LTT video on the Android boxes. Now imagine that with every 3D printer. And some of these have webcams in them. So, That one is ever so slightly up. Hey, it's sort of China wants to watch you walk around. Well, that's the thing. For you, you may not care, but there's an entire market of people that do care. And considering the at-home 3D printing market is kind of petering out, in my opinion, like it might be near max capacity until there's another big leap in technology. And by technology, I mean CAD. The thing that holds back, you want to know what holds back at-home 3D printing? Nobody knows how to do CAD. So until, you know, there's repositories of like, oh, hey, here's every part you need for your Samsung fridge and stuff like that, at-home 3D printing will never become like a massive thing. Because most people don't know how to CAD. There we go. Steve, 30 months, jeez. Okay, mount the anti-vibration feet. Okay, so I gotta find those. Any change in the Mark IV since launch? Firmware updates. There's been firmware updates. Oh, there we go. There's been a bunch of firmware updates. 3D printing for yourself more than... Two, three, four. And cable clips. There's cable clips now? 12 months with my 2.4. Thanks for the hard work. Cheers. There's cable clips. Ooh. Hard and people are either too lazy. So that's the thing. Maybe with AI, you know, you'll be able to take a couple pictures of something and AI will spit out an actual to scale proper CAD of an object. Or fix something if it's broken. Like if you have a knob that breaks, you can take some pictures and it'll assume what it looks like. But that's the thing. 3D printing is still firmly in the realm of nerds and hobbyists. Okay, so put the feet in. Okay, and 1 to 2 centimeters from the end of each extrusion. Earth is gonna be fun. It is. Earth is gonna be fun this year. There we go. Now we got feetsies on it. Tinkercad would be if you could do proper drawing. That's the thing. I find a lot of the CAD programs that are like meant for newbies really handicap you if you actually kind of know a bit more about CAD. Like you need a CAD software that's easy for newbies but also has power under the hood for proper things. Okay, turn the frame and focus on the marked area. Okay, so that goes like that. Take one of the cable clips and hook in the inner groove in there, please. That. Okay. So how many do we have? We got 2 there and 3 there. Okay. Ah! Hey, Sanity. Oh, help if I did it the right way. There we go. It's a lot better than the old way where you just kind of jam the cables into the, remember on the Mark III, you just jam the cables into the slot. You just call it a day. This actually has proper cable clips. Except for this one, I did this one backwards. Shit. Come on. There we go. Cable clips, wow, who'd have thunk it? Truly, we are living in the future. PSU part, okay. Steve, get to 5K memberships. Cheers, Steve. Is learned on SolidWorks, Fusion is, I pretty much only know Fusion. Fusion is the only one I've ever really used for any length of time. And let's be honest, I don't do a lot of crazy CAD work, so. Basically, I sketch it out, I extrude, I put some chamfers on it and fillets, and I call it a day. So the power supply is a Delta. So a nice high quality power supply there. I missed clips on the other side. Did it say put clips on the other side? Oh, there's clips on the other side, okay. There we go. Okay, so prepare Delta that, M310 and M4R. Okay. I'm not a huge fan of the way Prusa labels their screws. So 2 M310s. Also the fact that these bags aren't resealable. Free CAD gets annoying. I tried free CAD for a little bit and I was just like, no, I can't work with this. Okay, M410R. Yeah, R means like round head, basically. But like the proper way is socket head cap screw, which is like your normal. So this is a socket head cap screw. Okay. This is a button head that's a button head cap screw. And then you have also flathead cap screw. That's like the proper naming convention. But that's like the proper naming convention when you like work with Fastenal and whatnot. This is melting quick. Okay. Attaching the power supply. So have a look at the right side of the frame and locate the M3NE nuts. Insert M310 screws into them, turn them only 3-4 times using a 2.4, okay. So we're just gonna put these in loosey-goosey. Okay. And then slide the PSU down into these grooves, but don't tighten them firmly yet. You need the PSU to adjust more freely so we can adjust it for the next steps. Okay. Do that, okay. What is that? Where did I? Here. Is it possible to use Fusion 360 online only? I don't know, that's another thing with Fusion that I don't like. Like, I use it because that's the CAD software I pretty much started, and that's all I ever really use is that. But the whole online thing, and you can only save so many if you're using the free version, which everyone is, it's like, ugh, it's annoying to work with. That's that. Now look at the frame from the front, verify the pieces to the right. Okay. Insert the M4 tens into the holes in the frame. Okay. Do I not have the right size for this? I do. Need to export it. Oh, I know. I know. Line up that hole. Screw one in. Screw these in. And then tighten these. There we go. Okay, everything lined up. Okay, buddy box. So I need the buddy box. You get the buddy box. Where is the buddy box? There's the buddy box. Or here's the lid for the buddy box. Where's the rest of the buddy box? Under all the printed parts, which we'll look at the printed parts when we get to it. Okay, so we got the buddy box, thermal pad, which are these, I believe. So yeah, they do use the box as a heat sink. So that's how they get away with no fans. This itself is the heat sink. M3 6 screws. Okay. We're gonna need 9 of them. Ah, that is more than 9. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Okay, and M310, 2. I mean, let's be honest, when it comes to CAD programs, nothing will ever compete with Windows 3D Builder. So that is truly the king of CAD programs, Windows 3D Builder. Got that. The list continues in the next step. Oh, jeez, okay. The buddy board and zip ties and the X holder. Okay, so where is the buddy board? That is the buddy board. I'm assuming you are in one of these boxes. No, you're that. Oh, here's the buddy board. Got the buddy board. Zip ties and the X holder, which I'm assuming is a printed part. No banner, stick an enclosure on a call it a new printer. Not release a machine to compete with the K1 Max build volume. Stargazer, because that involves an entire new machine. The problem with the Bamboo kind of put themselves in a corner, and not really put themselves in a corner, but with the way they design their machine, everything's custom on it, and it all comes out of a machine, right? It's all stamped machine, like metal. So to make a bigger one of these, you need all the tooling that you use to build one of these again. So it's not like they can just, you know, do the Creality thing and just cut longer extrusions and use longer belts and lead screws and, oh, hey, bigger printer. No, it's a little bit more to it than that for them. Zip ties are in, where are the zip ties? Zip ties. Zip ties. Oh, I found all the parts, so that's cool. Zip ties, zip ties. Where are the Prusa zip ties? Prusa zip ties. I'll just use my own zip ties. Fuck it. Are you in this box, maybe? Let's see if we can find the official Prusa zip ties. That buddy board is huge. Not really. Remember, it has networking and stuff built into it, so it needs more than your traditional so here are the tools. I'll put the tools over here. Where are the zip ties? I know the bags are labeled. I don't know where the zip ties are at. Huh. Well, I need that X holder anyway, so let's look for that in here. X holder, Z-axis, carriage, an extruder, Z-axis, Y carriage and heat bed, Y carriage, X-axis, frame. Oh, here we go, X holder. There we go. Oh, and here are the zip ties. Huzzah! So I kind of made the mistake. It's not really a mistake. I got everything in black. I went for the blacked out model, which means all the printed parts are black, which is gonna be great when it comes to sorting out what goes where. Those aren't patents, those are trademarks for name. Okay, let's get to this. So we got that. Okay. So insert 4 M3 6 screws in the back of the frame. So they assemble a rectangular pattern. Leave a gap. Okay. P1S, X1S, which are basically midlife upgrades for the existing P1P and X1, and then probably an extended version. So I don't know if they made it taller or longer or both, but we'll see. Okay. And the two M310s into these guys. Would you consider converting your Mark III to a Prusa XY? You know what? I kind of might. I kind of might at this point. We'll see. Okay, mount the X buddy to the buddy box. So that goes there, and then that goes there. Okay, so it drops onto these ones. So line that up. Then we go there, slide it up, and then down. Okay. Okay, and then you fully tighten all 4 screws. Be careful when tightening the rear top screws. Use the shorter side of the Allen key for the final tightening. Okie dokie. So you want the ice cream? There's one left, and it's with the freezies right there. Oh.
I will grab it.
Oh. Bye, Steve. There. No gummies for. I do have freezies. I could.
Hello, Daddy.
Hi, Calvin. What are you doing, buddy?
Ice cream? No.
Calvin, do you want ice cream or what do you? What? And he's inside.
It's on.
What sheets? The one that comes with it. So like the sticker, and then I went with the satin sheet. There we go. So that's that and that. Say happy birthday to her. I've already done that several times and given her gifts and everything. There we go. So that is that. Tighten all the screws. We've done that. We've done that. Peel off the white protective layer from the thermal pads. Always touch the sides. Avoid touching the chips. Okay. And okay, so we attach these to the board itself. Okay. So is there a specific? Oh, they do. They got little squares or rectangles. Where are they supposed to go? Where are the gummies? I don't know. The gummies are over there, and I haven't been told to eat any yet. So. Andrew, gifted $10. Happy birthday, Miss Neuro 3D. Cheers. I will let her know next time she comes in. She all said happy birthday. Actually, yeah, I'll do that. I'll grab Calvin. He'll eat the gummies. Yeah, so we got these thermal pads on the back. So they correspond to a MOSFET and the drivers. So the four drivers and a MOSFET. Nice. The XL kit has large gummies. Peel off the blue protective film from all thermal pads. Okay. There we go. Yibbidi. Okay. Mount the buddy board. Okay, to better access the buddy board, carefully place the flame on its side with the PSU down. Okay. I really need to get an overhead cam in here. I need better lighting out here. I need air conditioning. I need an overhead cam in that order. Okay, insert the buddy board carefully. Fix the position of the buddy board to inserting 5 M36. Do not fully tighten the screws. A few turns are good enough. Put aside your instincts and leave the holes on the bottom right empty. Fully tighten all 5 screws, but be very careful. Okay, so don't put anything there. Okay, I can do that. So you got to be kind of careful because the thermal pads are a little sticky. What's the expected build time? I think Steve said his took about 10 hours, which I expect. I would say probably 2 to 3 build streams. I'm budgeting for 3 build streams and then a print stream. So I'm budgeting for 4 streams for this. That's kind of what I'm aiming for this series. If it goes long, it goes long. Like for example, today, hard stop at 5 o'clock. It is the wifey's birthday. I'm taking her out to dinner. So at 5 o'clock, the stream is done. Have to milk the cow. I mean, to be fair, I paid for this with my own money. So far, I'm still in the hole with this stream series. So. So what are we at right now? What are we at right now? Yeah, we're gonna be in the hole. The series might break even. Tankard and $10 Haribo fun. Yeah, we might break even if we're lucky. So maybe I'll have to make this 5 streams. Okay, so put that in. Okay, take a closer look at the XBuddy board. You can place frame on the PSU side, better access. Proceed very carefully, but not. So what am I doing? Oh, I'm putting zip ties in. Okay. Use the X holder. Is it? Oh, so we're just putting the zip ties in for now. Cross 2010. Cheers. $20. Well, here's 70% of $20 to help with the cost. Cheers. Do you have PayPal? Oh, this is cool. Okay, so this, I wish I had an overhead camera. This tool right here is, you gotta put the zip ties in like this, but they have to like do a hook. So this allows you to hook the zip ties. That's cool. That's actually a nice idea. You know, $5.99. Dinner fun. Cheers. You have a portable cam. I've got this. It's kind of annoying because it's not tall enough. But yeah, so you put this in here, and it's a hook. So when you put the zip tie in, it hooks it up. I'm gonna keep this thing. This will be handy. This will come in handy at times. Okay, that one didn't quite work too well. Yeah. There we go. Was Steve involved in that tool? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Probably not. But you never know. According to some people, Voron is paid for by Prusa now. So, never know. And I'm being good out here. I'm actually picking up the things I drop instead of just leaving them on the floor to sweep them up in a couple months. Hey, come on. There we go. Okay, so we got 4 zip ties in there. Preparing the Y belt idler. Okay, so we need the Y belt idler and that. So flip that up. This cover, I guess, can go over here. It is currently, ooh, it's only gone up half a degree. It's only 29.5 in here. So Y belt idler. Z axis. X-axis, X-carriage, no. LCD, Y belt tensioner, an extruder, Z-axis, Y motors, Y phi cover, Y belt idler. Here we go. No attic insulation. No, I'm gonna have to call him back. I'm not too happy with that. I'm not too happy. I called the company and they're like, yeah, we'll give you a call next week and we'll come and do it. And then nothing. So, this is the first time I'm looking at a printed part. Yeah, it's a Prusa print farm part. Fully functional, but ooh, that ghosting. Look at that ghosting. That is some grade A spooky. But I mean, it's fully functional and it's a print farm part. So, is what it is. Okay, so we need a M310 screw. Yeah, let's get some ghosts in chat. Oh, no, that's not it. Wait. Where's the emoji? Where's the emoji for ghosts? There we go. Spookies. Let's get some spookies in chat for the print quality. You know what? The parts are clean. They're ghosty as shit, but the actual parts are free from strings, and as long as everything's dimensionally accurate, they're print farm parts for a printer. Meh. Oh, he wanted the actual ice cream. By the way, everyone's saying happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
He said thank you. I don't know if Mike picked that up. Go. Where did my chat go? There it goes. Okay. So that goes that. I have a, oh shoot, what'd I put it? I had a little, you see this guy to push it down. There we go. Okay. So you gotta push two of these in. One on each side. Get your PIF parts. There's a difference though. Okay, so PIF, okay, there's really two things to PIF. PIF is Voron parts for people who can't, don't have a printer at all or don't have a printer capable of printing Voron parts. But also PIF is meant to showcase Voron quality. So there's a whole thing about, yeah, the parts have to be functional, but they also have to look good because it's like trying to show off what a Voron is capable under perfect condition. The thing is, PIF people can cut a few hours off each plate if they, bump the speeds up a little bit, bump the temps up, and the parts would still be fine. I mean, I don't know about you, this part looks really good. But there's a difference when you're trying to when you're having to ship hundreds of printers a week. You kind of have to find the sweet point between, how long it takes to make the parts and how long. These are perfectly functional parts. Yeah, they have a bit of ghosting, but they work just fine. Other than people complaining on the internet about ghosting, like we're doing right now, you don't gain anything by doubling the amount of time or however much longer it takes to print these parts without ghosting. They'll still work exactly the same. So it's kind of like a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. Because time is money, friend. Okay. So arrange the frame so the longer extrusions are facing you. Okay. Secure the idler with two M310s. Okay, so it looks like this side is up. Okay. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Yeah, these are PETG. These parts are PETG. Remember, this is still an unenclosed printer. So yes, they are PETG parts. I'm gonna keep this out here in the garage for a bit and print some stuff out here and see how this handles the heat. And if we have any issues. I don't really foresee any issues, but if we start getting some droopy parts, I will reprint stuff in ABS. or ASA. Because I do have 2 5-kilogram spools of Polymaker ASA. So, yeah, I did plan on printing, but here's the thing. Two reasons. One, I kind of want to go through this and build the kit as it comes to get an idea on how, that way if somebody asks me about the kit itself, I can go, hey, yeah, you know, everything's good, or hey, you know, the printed parts turned out to be shit, print your own. Like, you know, it'd be nice to actually have an opinion as the kit comes. Two, and this is the key one, I can milk this for later content by doing a stream where we replace the parts with ABS parts. Okay. Assembling Y motor parts. So we got a thermal pad for the Y motor. Okay. So we need the Y motor holder. So LCD, Y carriage, Y motor holder. Extruder, X-axis, Y motor holder. Z-axis, X carriage, Z-axis, Y motor holder. Here we go. This also is an open air printer, right? Put these all back into the bag. They're in the box so I don't lose them. So we got that. I need a thermal pad. Where are my thermal pads? Got a big thermal pad. Okay, so that thermal pad, M318, 325. See, some of these baggies, M316, are reusable and some aren't. I really wish all these baggies were reusable. So I need 3 of these. Yeah, you heat sink the motor to the frame. The Y motor is heat sunk to the frame, which is smart. M310, 2. And then don't forget, if you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, link in the video description. Enter for your chance, because we will be doing a giveaway of a spool of Polymaker filament at the end of the stream. So the draw will be just before 5, actually. So probably like 450 or something. Okay. So we got all that. And then we need your that. So Y GT216. There we go. All that. And we need the Y motor. But why? Why do we need the Y motor? Why? Well, that's the X motor. There's the Y motor. I mean, you know how I know it's the Y motor? Because it won't focus, because it's the Y motor. Go. Okay. So we put one of these guys in here. All the way to the bottom. And there's another one on the side here. Okay, there we go. So we put those 2 in. And then we put that on there, and then the wires come out that side. The enclosure is expensive. It is. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Here's the big brain thing with the Prusa enclosure. Are you ready? Build a lax enclosure. Unless you're a school or you have kids. That enclosure, in my opinion, is really aimed at either the print farm people that want to stack them for whatever reason, schools and education and business. That's why it has a lock on it. So if you have cats or kids that like to get into things, or your school or business, the enclosure makes a heck of a lot of sense, okay? It's professional looking, it's, you know, you can lock it, whatnot. that's kind of what the enclosure is for, in my opinion. Okay. Now, me and you, man, just do a lax enclosure. Cheaper, quicker, or not quicker, but it's cheaper and easier. Cardboard boxes enter chat. Exactly. That looks like that. Okay. So we got that, and now we do that. So that. Okay. So put one of the Allen keys on top surface of the printed part. Oh, that's smart. Yeah, that's some Prusa big brain move there. So you're using an Allen key, or the part is designed so that the top of the part is your reference point for the location of the idler. That is a smart thing to do. There we go. For fire protection, you can coat the inside of a cardboard box with it. Here's the thing with fire protection. Like, don't get me wrong, safety is always paramount. And the fact that I don't have a fire extinguisher out here in the garage is actually something that annoys me personally. So I got to buy a fire extinguisher out here. I just remembered that. If you're that concerned about your printer catching fire, why is it in your house in the first place? Like, if I had a thing that I was running in my house that I was so concerned of it catching fire that I put like fireballs and like, you know, suppression systems built into it, I would not be running that in my house to begin with, okay? Because that's just not a risk I would accept personally, okay? I don't have a suppression system over my toaster, okay? Or my TV or my microwave, okay? If you think your 3D printer is going to catch fire, don't have it in your house. Because at that point, you're relying entirely on your DIY suppression system. So either get machines that you trust, build machines that you trust, or don't run it in your house. That's kind of my thing when it comes to that. I wanted to build a lax enclosure. Didn't know how long the printed parts would last, max temp for PGG so it doesn't melt to forms. Mitch, I have a series on my channel on how to print ABS. On anything. I used a printer built out of spare parts to print ABS, and it prints it just fine. Okay, I used a bonsai that I built. There was a bunch of comments on those videos of people who printed with a Prusa and a DIY enclosure printing Voron parts in ABS, and they had parts on their Prusa start to fail by the end of printing all the parts. So if you plan on printing a ton of ABS, like bed temperature 100 degrees plus, 240 on the hot end, the smallest enclosure possible to keep as much heat in, and you insulated it or whatever, look into swapping your parts for ABS or ASA or other high temperature material. If you're just doing the odd print here and there, you're not really doing a ton of stuff, and it's mostly just to, you know, cut down on noise and fumes, you're probably okay. So, fire suppression system for your router. I wouldn't be running like a CNC machine. I wouldn't even be running unattended, personally. Just because if a CNC machine fails, it can cause expensive damage really quick. Okay, so we put that together. So now I've got to put this pad on. Peel off the white protective film, stick the pad on that, peel off the second, and then that goes like that. Okay. Pad on, attached directly to the NEMA 17. Pad on, attached directly to the NEMA 17. Why are you building Prusa? Because I can get more content out of building Prusa than buying Prusa. Plus I like building printers, and that's kind of what we do on this channel. So, yes. Okay, and then that goes like that. Okay. that a thermal pad? It is. So the thermal pad actually heat sinks the motor to the frame. How's the build going? So far, so good. Yeah, I went with all black for the printed parts. Just to be different, because everyone else has a black and orange Prusa. Okay, so there we go. So that's that. Okay. And then we just kind of stuff the wires in the bottom, as is tradition. Oh wait, they go on top. Go on top for now. As is tradition, just stuff the wires in the slot. It's a hefty controller board. Yes, but it also does Ethernet, Wi-Fi, and a few other things. So it is a big controller board, but it's also a pretty capable controller board for what it is. Like, I mean, this is running a web UI too, right? So it's got more to it than like your standard controller board. Plus, it uses, you know, beefier connections, higher quality components that are larger. Yeah, there's more to it, and it's of a higher quality than like your other generic like Big Tree Tech board. Not saying they're bad or whatever. It just, this does more than just a standard standalone MCU usually. It's as big as it needs to be to do what it needs to do. Because remember, they're not going to make it bigger on purpose because it'll cost more. It's as big as it is because it needs to be that big. Talk to anyone who does PCB design. You always try to make it as small as possible. Do you need a Pi? Nope, you don't need a Pi. This has its own built-in web UI. It's not, it ain't Octoprint, don't get me wrong, but it's enough to run this machine remotely. Okay, so we do that. Keep the Y motor cables safe during assembly, temporary hide it there. Okay, step 34, Haribo. Carefully open the bag with Haribo sweets. I don't like Haribos. Eat 5 gummies. I don't like. Calvin! Hey, come see Daddy. You want out too? Always a good boy. Hey, Coda, come here. Hey. What are these? Do you want a gummy bear? One, two, three, four, 5. Okay, take him inside. And Coda's going for him. What do you say?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I don't like gummies. I'm not a fan of gummies. There you go. Doggo came out too. The Wi-Fi on the Mark IV slow. Oh, it is. Don't get me wrong. It's slow. It's an ESP module. It ain't. But here's the thing. It's a removable ESP module, which means there's potential for upgrades in the future. The thing is, consistency or taste? I would say consistency. I don't find the taste that appealing. Like, it's a very muted taste in my opinion, and it's like I don't know. Texture stuff kind of throws me off. Black Hammer gifted 1 community membership. Cheers. Yes, the Wi-Fi is slow, but here's the thing. It's like a fast bed probe to me. If you're taking something that's going to take a while to transfer a file over, odds are it's a big print. So if it's a 24-hour print, does it really, like, a 2-minute transfer time versus a 5-minute transfer time? Is that a huge deal to you? If it is, it is. Like, don't get me wrong, all Wi-Fi is going to be slower than throwing an SD card in it. And you can just use the USB if speed's of a concern. But, you know, it's nice to be able to just drag and drop, to at least have that. And guess what? It does have Ethernet. So you can plug a freaking cable in and be right on the internet. It's only 100 megabit. You're not getting 1,000 on it, but it does have Ethernet. You do have Ethernet. And the Wi-Fi module is removable. That means you can air gap this thing if you're a business. That is a huge thing for some companies, is that this machine is fully disconnected from everything. So, yeah, there's no cloud. It all runs on your network. It's all internal. That's how I like it. Okay, so we're done the first step. Okay, X-axis. Really, X-axis before Y? Okay, cool. 1 kilo. Okay, so you don't get a kilogram of filament anymore because of shipping costs and everything. If you were to buy this kit today, you don't get a kilogram for filament. However, they kind of screwed up the wording on it. So those that ordered before a certain date, they did actually ship out a kilogram. I do have it right here. Filament. That actually ships separately, so they ate that in terms of cost. You do get some sample filament, but the days of getting a full kilogram of filament with the printer are kind of over. It's just shipping cost. It's just the shipping cost. Just what they opt for 100 megabit. Probably because it's powered by an STM32 and it can only do so much. Like, how many and how big are the G-code files are you sending to your printer? I have gigabit internet and my whole house is wired up for gigabit internet. I can edit. When I'm editing my 4K videos, I'm using like 80 megabit of that. When I'm editing off the NAS. What do you need a thousand megabit connection to your 3D printer for? 2 gig. You got 2 gig G-code files? Jeez. My G-code files need a 4,000 PNG embedded in the header. Okay. X-axis assembly. Let's get these parts out. Good thing I've got them all in black, so it's gonna be easy to look at and get them all confused. Okay. So X, 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 Z, X-axis carriage. We're just gonna get all the X-axis parts out. X-axis carriage. Why? 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 Why are we here? Who am I? Where am I? When am I? Like, here's the thing too, you gotta remember, a lot of current stuff is probably dictated a lot by the shortages of controller parts over the last little while. I'm sure they would have loved to have had, you know, much higher end and more capabilities in this controller. It'd been nice if it, you know, you could, I don't even know, can you, no, you can't do it. On the Mark III board, you could put a Raspberry Pi Zero on it. On this one, you can't. Like, it would have been nice to have that, but I'm sure some of their design choices and component selection for this controller board were dictated by the fact that, hey, we need to be able to make this board continuously for the next 5 years. Because that's what Prusa does. They offer long-term support for their stuff. You could still get Mark III controller boards easily. They still make them. So I'm sure that's something they kind of pay attention to when they're designing their stuff, is the long-term support for it. How's the quality on the printed parts? Everyone who was here earlier, with emojis, can everyone let Dave, or not Dave, Geb know what the quality of the printed parts are? If you were here earlier, you know what to do. Okay, so we need that. The printed parts are functionally just fine. It's just they are very ghosty. Like the parts are structurally sound, everything fits perfectly, everything's properly sized. It's just they are ghosty AF. Focus. There you go. So yeah, everything's perfectly functional. It's just ghosty. Min max for speed, min max for production, which they're a company. They want to make money. It is what it is. Okay, so I need 7 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm looking forward to not having to make dinner tonight. Regular nuts. Very glossy. It's PETG, so they are a bit shiny. I would have preferred a matte, personally. And if I do reprint them, they'll probably be in a matte PLA or ABS. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They've gone to plaid. Yeah, they've PETG. Here's the thing. How many? Last I heard, they had like 300 machines in their print farm. Printing, the failure rate with ABS in that kind of setup is probably just not worth it. 3/16s. 3/16s. There we go. I have 4 of them. And M325, 1. 30, M325, 1. There we go. How do you feel about ASA parts in 2023? Fine. ASA, ABS are fine. Like, all my Vorons are printed with ABS or ASA parts. Anytime I build a printer, even the Rook is ASA or ABS. And there's really no difference between the two when you're building printer parts. As long as you use good quality ASA or ABS, you're fine. Okay. Insert the 4 M3 end nuts into the holes on the back side of the X motor. PETG on the Mini's just fine. Oh, for a Mini, yeah. For a Prusa Mini, yeah, PETG is fine. You're probably not enclosing that thing. Can you pair ASA to something like CFPETG? So here's the thing. CFPETG will be stiffer, okay? But you're gonna have the temperature resistance issue. Adding CF does not get you over the temperature resistance issue of PETG. So, and it depends a lot on how the parts are designed, what kind of forces are on the printer itself. Like if your parts are all square and stocky and blocky, it doesn't, like layer adhesion may not be that big of an issue compared to, you know, something like this where it's like a hook and it's all this. So you're relying a lot on layer adhesion for the strength of this part and a certain axis. So. You think they'll make a new Mini? Maybe. It depends how the current Mini is doing and production chain and whatnot. Like, I honestly thought the Mark IV would be end of this year. Like, I did not think the Mark IV would be out when it did. I thought they would be spending more time on the XL would take up the majority of their production. Okay. Insert the nuts in there. Use screw pull. Insert and tighten the M3S nuts into the plastic parts. Screw an M3 into the plastic part. Do not tighten the screw completely. Screw the part in. Okay. So I put that in there and I screw that in. Why have we got a picture of Joe? Okay. Into the plastic. It goes this way, so that's the M325. The plastic part, do not tighten the screw completely. Keep the screw head aligned with the top of the surface of the part. Okay. You can do that. Okay. From the bottom of the part, insert and tighten the M3 screw. From the bottom of the part. Did that just screw into plastic, I guess? What? Oop. What, Joe's here? Is Joe here? What? I don't think he's here. So do these just screw into plastic, I guess? I guess these just screw into plastic. Okay, I guess they just screw into plastic. Oh, go on. The active stops for the rod. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I see it now. Voron does not make money. Voron is the worst company in the world. I've spoken, it's funny, I've spoken to other people in like 3D printed companies or even content creators, and like it just kind of like they go like, what do you mean you don't make money? It's like Voron doesn't make money, okay? Like Voron is the worst company in the world. We don't monetize anything. Like the only thing that's monetized on Voron is the shitty merch store that nobody buys anything from and don't for the shit. And like the donation button. That's like the only thing that's monetized on Voron. Everything's given away for free. Companies are making a killing off the designs, but you know what? We don't want to deal with that. Too much work. Okay, let's slide the those nuts in there. Okay. So that one goes in easy because that one comes from the side. AF links. Oh yeah, I forgot about the AF links, which nobody uses anymore because everyone buys kits. Okay, were there tweezers in this? It's gonna be a pain. Yeah. There we go. Push a decent. I will say there is one kit manufacturer that does occasionally drop a donation to Voron that goes into the dev fund. And for those wondering what the dev fund covers, it covers stuff for like booths at events, when we're developing something, like development parts and whatnot. So it does. The dev fund does get used for that kind of stuff, but it's nowhere near enough to like make a living off of. Especially considering how many people are on the Voron team. Yeah. Okay, so this one gets these two on the back. DFH is a madman. Yeah, he is. At least you get things from vendor F. Well, for me, if a vendor sends me something, it's to send it to the channel. Like, my channel here that you're watching is completely my own thing. It is not affiliated with Voron at all. Yes, I am on the Voron team. I don't know what I do on the Voron team anymore, but I am on the Voron team. But this channel is entirely my own thing. So I don't act on behalf of Voron or speak on behalf of Voron or anything like that on this channel. Okay. The words and opinions of Nero 3D, hi, my name is Taylor, are wholly my own. Okay, that's that. Okay. And then we got an M316 through the bottom here, and one through the top. Voron and the Rock are the same content guidelines for people to build their. What do you mean the Rock? You mean the Rook? Thought you were retiring on proceeds from Voron next year. Oh jeez, I ain't retiring anytime soon. Be lucky if this channel breaks even this month with how much I put in the garage. 120F too much for the board? I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. Currently 29.9 Celsius out here. Is RatRig a company? RatRig is a company. RatRig is a company. Technically Voron is a company too, but it's a not-profit company or something. I can't remember exactly what it is. Acrylic scrap, oh, polycarbonate. Acrylic, depending on the thickness and how hot your chamber gets, you may eventually run into issues of it sagging. But it's not like, you know, the end of the world type thing. All right, and then we got two more up top here for these T-slots. Or anything from, nope, I have not. I don't follow him, I don't interact with him, so I have no clue what he's up to. There we go. Okay, so those are that. Okay, mounting the bearings. Mounting the bearings. Okay, so I'm gonna need the bearings. Let's look for the bearings. Bearings. Those are for the Y-axis. And these are, aha. Is there gonna be another Voron printer release this year? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Perhaps, perhaps not. No clue. B24 in December. That's what the last thing was mentioned. What? Oop. How did my phone die? Okay, my phone died. There you go. You power up. RJ, $20. Cheers. Thanks for all you do. Thank you. Hope it's helped. Okay. Rubber pad. 2 end clips. M330 times 6. Voron SLA. No, there will never be a Voron resin printer, just like there's no real DIY resin out there. The problem is, it is not worth it. You cannot build a resin printer cheaper than you could buy one, and you can't build one better than you can buy one. So it doesn't really make sense to do DIY resin. It's just not, it's not really viable. If it was viable, there would be more people doing it. Okay. Mounting the bearings and lubricate. Okay, Prusa lubricant, the lubricant applicator. Ooh, each bearing must be lubricated before mounting on the printer. Oh, look at that. They're being smart about it now. Okay, now I gotta find the lube. Where's the Prusa lube? There it is. They're actually being smart about it now. Printer comes after V24. I don't know. V24 will not be the name of the printer, by the way. V24 is what the printer currently is, and that printer will not be released. So how does this work? Oh, you screw it on and okay. That's going to lubricate all that. So screw that on, line up the things, and squeeze. Turn the tube. Turn until you feel slight resistance. Gently press the tube to push lubricant into the bearing rows. Okay. So this is one way of doing it. I've got two of these. I'm assuming this is that one. Yeah, because this is 10 mil now. So let's make a mess. So puncture that. Screw this on. This goes in. Oh, okay. Oh, that actually works really good. So you put it in, you turn it. Okay, that's actually, that works really good. Problem is you don't know how much you're really putting in there. What's the better way of doing it? Well, normally what I do is I splooge some lubricant in, put your finger over one end, you shove a rod in there, and it forces the lube into the where it needs to go. But this seems to work pretty good. So, doesn't make too much of a mess too, which is kind of nice. Where did I put that bag? Here, I'll put it back in this bag. I did do it to both sides. Did I do it to both sides on this? Yeah, I did it to both sides. All right, you go back in there. Could actually give it a name. Yeah, we give it a name. We don't use the numbers anymore because it confused people. Literally, that's why Trident's now Trident instead of a V0 or instead of a V1, because the name was confusing people. Okay, so now you put this in, you line up the X's like that, and then insert the bearing pad. So that just kind of goes there. And then you screw it together. Cool, okay. So, line up that like that. Goes there, that goes there, okay. Why are the bearings padded? It's just to prevent, just to get rid of any slop. Make sure it's nice and it's smooth. Does this kit have tweezers? That's something I need to bring out here. No, it doesn't. Shoot. I don't have any tweezers out here. Yeah, they probably just help a bit with vibration and also just make sure that they fit well. go. Should I replace a rail if I've lost 2 to 3 bearings? Probably not. If it's equal, if it's like on one side, maybe. But honestly, you're probably fine. Take the end nose. There are 2 rectangular pockets inside. Apply the clips. Okay. And then does it slide on? Oh, it slides on. Okay. Okay, make sure those are in position. If these aren't, they don't. Oh no! Screw tried to go on an adventure. Okay, that's that. Ah, dang it, stupid rubber pad slid again. Stay in your hole. Come on. So you popped it on, didn't slide it on? Well, it calls for sliding on. I'll try popping on the next one, make sure that moved. That moved, shit. There we go. There we go. Okay. M3 30 screws. Okay. Got the, okay. What would I do for a Klondike bar? I don't know. Have I ever had a Klondike bar? Take the hammer. Stop! Hammer time. I just got an SVO6 the other day with a 210. Do I do any mods? No, print with it stock first. You don't need to mod a printer the moment you get it. Print with it stock for a while. And if you think you need to upgrade anything, then start looking into mods. The worst thing you should do is mod a printer as soon as you get it, because the thing is, and this is a thing, with cheap printers, there's a chance something might be wrong with it. Bad bearings, bad belts, bad motors, bad controller, blah, blah, blah. The last thing you want to do is take a brand new printer and start changing stuff on it. Because if you do that and you start having an issue, is it the mod you did or is it the printer yourself? Is ladder and screen worth 500? No. In my opinion, okay, here's the thing. I use my printers remotely. I don't care about touchscreens on them. The LiDAR, as long as you use good quality filament, doesn't really do much, if anything. 3D Print General has a video on it. So the biggest downside, in my opinion, is the shittier, slower Wi-Fi. and it's slow. Okay, so that's that. One. Let's do the other one now. You cancel your Prusa XL. I can't. I didn't yet. I may cancel it. We'll see. See when my name comes up on the list and how things are at the time, because it's like gonna cost like $4 grand if I go through with it, which that's a lot for something that's pretty much content for the channel. So we'll see how that goes. So Steve popped these on. Oh, okay. So, okay, so M318's on the right side. Five print head. No, I ordered a dually. Because here's the thing, I don't do a lot of multicolor prints. Okay, I just don't. That's not a type of printing I do. Ask Big Papa Joey P for a donation one. They don't really give out donations, or donations. They don't really give out like review printers. Like when Stefan finished his Mark IV video and he said that Prusa gave him that Mark IV, I was honestly surprised. Because like that wasn't really a thing unless they're back to doing it. Because like, I don't know. Prusa doesn't do a lot of sponsored stuff if you haven't noticed. So, you know, some people like to say they pay people to shill for them. They don't. So. Want to try the MMU? Probably not, because again, I don't do it. If I were to get an MMU, it would be strictly for content, because that's not something I normally do. I don't do a lot of multicolor, multi-material stuff. That's just not my normal type of thing. I wanted the dually mostly to do dissimilar support material. That's pretty much the reason I wanted the two-headed one, was so I could print large things with dissolvable support. Yeah, I don't use the, no, I haven't used the ERCFA in years. The last time you saw the switch wire on the background in a stream was about a couple months before that was the last time I used the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder. Okay. For the following steps, please prepare. Please note we receive 3 different lengths of smooth rods. We're back in the range room from side to side. Smooth rod, 2x, the longest one. Okay. So we need 2 of the longest ones. Okie dokie. So those go there. Where are my rods? Here. Ooh. Look at these hard shafts. Oh, they're so smooth in my hands. Okay, so 2 of the longest ones. Perfect. There we go. Yeah, $2,500 US for the partially assembled dual head, plus exchange rate, plus taxes, so 13%, plus shipping and fees and duties. You're looking at around $4 grand Canadian. Okay, and we need LMU 883s, which are these ones. So 1, 2, 3. Getting the MMU 3 from R4 when it comes out, depending on what you got going on, you may be able to get it borrow for some free content. Cheers! How much would tax and duty be? We did the math on a stream a little while ago, but Put it this way. The taxes and duties on a VZBot 330 kit were just over $300 for me. Taxes and duties, thanks to UPS or whatever it was about half of it was tax, half of it was duties and brokerage fees and all that stupid bullshit they like to hit you with. So, yeah. It's also why I don't say yes to every like random company that wants to send me a printer, because half the time if it's like some random company's like, hey, we want to send you a printer, it's not worth it because of what I got to pay on taxes and duties when it shows up. Okay, so assemble the axis, mark the bearings. And then we gotta lube them. Okay. So let's get some of this and clean them off first so I can mark these without losing it. Ask them if they cover the cost. Some will, some won't. You think the XL in its current state is only really, not really. It's easy to enclose it. It's very easy to enclose it. Plus, you don't need enclosure for a lot of material. I'm thinking Prusa's like really pushing for like nylons and polycarbs, or one of the other. I can't remember which one, because Prusa just came out with a bunch of nylons, I think. Okay, where is my good blue marker? Or do I gotta use the shitty red? Actually, where's the paint marker? I got a paint marker. I should have. Okay, don't knock the Tico over. That would be a horrible loss. Do I not have paint markers? Oh, there you go, paint marker. Good old paint markers. Yeah, enclosing an XL wouldn't be too hard. You just slap some panels on the sides and put a top on it. Okay, so heavy on a bigger screen. Okay, so mark. You can see 2 rows like the picture. Mark with permanent marker on the outer surface. In the middle. Oh, in the middle. Shoot. Stuck in the middle with you. Good thing these are paint marker, and it's actually kind of. Okay. So mark in the middle of the 2 rows. Paint markers are nice for this kind of thing because they don't like, on shiny surfaces like this, they tend to last a little bit longer than like a permanent marker, which kind of has a habit of wiping off shiny surfaces. Will I consider? Unless one shows up, no. Because buying one is just not something I would need. Like, I don't do multicolor prints, so I would pretty much only get one for content. Hopefully we got enough lube here. This works really good. It's a lot cleaner than the normal method I use. And those bearing plugs. Well, you put it in, and you rotate it till it stops, because you can feel when it binds up on the bearing. So you know you're there, and then you just squeeze it, and it just pushes lubricant into the bearing run. Easy peasy. And I think that's about it. So I'll put this back in here. But manual filament swaps for a Q-Forge. Yeah, you want a multi-material setup for Q-Forge. Okay, so we've lubricated them. We've done that. Use a piece. There we go. Oh, we've already greased them. Cool. Assembling the X-axis smooth rods. Okay, so the Tico in the background. I know, I like it back there too. Okay, so that's that. And then we put 2 on the bottom, 1 on the top. Okay. Check through the inspection hole. We're good. What's the story behind a Tico? Wait until this weekend's video. Okay, and then we put the other one on like that. Basically, it's the same reason Sterling Archer has the pocket knife. Whoa. This is actually being kind of a... There we go. It's actually kind of tight. And I'm not seeing them through the viewport. Stop. Where are you? I don't know where my hammer is. Like, I've got hammers, but I'm not going to use that hammer. Are we up top here? No. Where did I put my Lixie? Lixie. Lixie, where'd you go? Where did I put my Lixie? I could have sworn I had it on this bench. Oh, there you go. There's my Lixie. Okay. There we go. Lixie. That looks like that. Okay, we're good. It's a NEMA hammer. Preparing the X carriage. X carriage, extruder, LCD, Z axis, extruder, Z axis. filament guide. Oop, where'd I put the... Extruder. I had it out earlier. Z. Y carriage and heat bed. Uh-oh. No, that's not it. I saw it earlier. My carriage and heat bed. Uh-oh. What am I doing? Oh, there it is. Found it. Okay. Look at the geometry on this part. There's a lot going on here. Okay. That's why I should be wearing the apron. Freaking keep catching myself on the lip of this box. Okay. Hex spacers, M310. Hex spacers. Where are the hex spacers at? Are they in here? Hex spacers. Where are they in the screws or are they in something else? They're not in here. Okay. Hex spacers. M3. No, that's Y carriage. LCD. An extruder. No. X axis, X carriage. There we go. Oh wait, no. Oh yeah, this is right. I used the wrong bearings. Shit. Are these the same bearings? Please tell me they're the same bearings. Yeah, they're the same. I used the Y bearings. Oh no. Okay, so where are these spacers at? Oh, they're just floating in the bag here. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Need to get a stop point for 5 p.m. dinner. Yeah, what time are we at right now? Yeah, at 4:50, I'm gonna do the draw. So at 4:50, we're ending the build, we're doing the draw, and then at 5 o'clock, the stream's ends. Okay, so that's that. Hex spacers, M3N nut. So that's just, there we go. 2 of these. Sweet. Okay, M310 screws. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's more than 3. Okay, let me just put you there. And 8 of these square ones. What time zone? Eastern. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Okay. Cool. So we got that. We got that. Good, good, good. Okay. Assemble the Y-axis or the X-axis. Okay, so we've got a bunch of these nuts to put in. That is a lot of nuts. And that one's a little tight. This one's gonna be fun. Where are those pliers? Are there heat set versions of these? I don't believe so. Somebody would have to take the CAD for them and modify them, which I don't know if the CAD for these is out yet. I know the STLs are out, but also a lot of these parts are kind of like would be pretty much a pain to redesign. You might be able to get by in some areas putting heat sets, but some of these are like pretty small and narrow, so kind of like you kind of have to use heat sets. Okay, so those three are in, and then on the bottom there's 1, 2, 3. These ones are tight. The other ones went in pretty good. These ones are kind of like, we're just gonna be a little bit harder than the other ones to get in there. I think a lot of it depends on like the print orientation. Ooh. There we go. Okay. So that's that. That's that. That's that. That's that. Okay, cool. So we've got all those in. 1, 2, 3. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'll put the spacers in. Oh, those are spacers. Okay. So those go 1, 2. Okay, and attach 2 M3 nuts in the X carriage back. Okay. So one at the top here. What I do for these is I use like a longer M3. And then what I do is I screw it on, and then I use that to kind of push it in. So instead of pulling it through, I'm basically shoving it in, and I screw some of the screw through it to act like a guide. I missed the donation chat thing. I did? When? Oh, Ballistic $10. Cheers. Sorry, I missed that. For the XL Fund, would you also consider doing a Mark III to Mark IV upgrade if yours chipped in to show the process and consider the value? Probably not, because here's the thing. It would just be building a Mark IV with the extra step of taking apart a Mark III before it. In terms of what I think is worth it, DataQ, $10. Cheers. Thanks for all the content. Cheers. Okay. So in terms of the upgrade kits, there's a few different versions. Okay. So there's like the cheap one, the middle one, and that one. So it gives you the buddy board, the 32-bit electronics, new Prusa advanced input shaper and pressure advance. This one, I think, here's the thing. The electronics, you could get most of this by just putting Clipper on it, okay? Just flash it to Clipper, and you get input shaper, you get all that fun stuff, because this is still using the same motors and extruder. This one here gets you the neck extruder, which is the big thing, in my opinion. You get the neck extruder, okay? You get the beefier, yeah, you get the beefier Z rods. You pretty much reuse the motors. This one right here includes the motors. Yeah. This would probably be, if I was gonna get one, it would be this one. The first one I think isn't enough to be worth it, because you could just put clipper on a Mark III and get most of that already. And then the next one is the neck extruder. If they had an option to just buy a neck extruder, just buy an extruder and put clipper on it, send it. But you can't buy an extruder by itself right now. But for 500, get a P1P. That's not the question though, Ajax. The question is, what is the upgrade path from a Mark III? Some people don't want to use a P1P or can't use a P1P for whatever reason. Now, granted, for $500, yes, a P1P, no, it's $599, so it's an extra $100. The P1P is what it is. But I'm answering the question, not shilling for another company. Okay, attach the spacers. Okay, so insert to that. From the opposite side, insert into the carriage back. That's true. And then that screw. Wait, what? Okay, let me. What am I doing here? Okay. Oh, okay. So put an M310 through there. Okay. And then attach the hex. Space in, note the cutout in the same shape. It must be perfect. It must not rotate. Okay, I get it now. Okay. Okay, so make sure that that lines up. There we go. Better have two printers. It is. 3D printers are definitely one of those things where 2 is 1 and 1 is none. That's why whenever somebody asks me like, oh, hey, should I modify my X into a Y? And I'm like, do you have another printer? If no, don't. Because if you lose the one, if something happens during the upgrade and you don't have the ability to fix it, you're done. So. Okay, so we got that on there. And then we do the same thing here. Okay, cool. That ain't gonna fit, shoot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. There we go. I am liking these standoff spacers they're using here. That goes there, and that goes there. Well, you have 4 printers, you have 3 printers, which means you have 2 printers, which means you have 1 printer, which means you don't actually have any printers. Go buy another printer. Okay, so we've done that. So we've got those extra ones on there. Assemble the X carriage clip preparation. Add to cart. Good thing it's garbage day tomorrow. I gotta get rid of all the boxes from the resin printer. Prusa here. Hopefully it's recycling day. I've got a lot of cardboard I gotta get rid of. Okay. Some 310s and rubber pads. Assembly of the clips, those go in there. More little rubber spacers. What time are we at? What time are we at? Okay, we got 10 minutes left. See what we can get to. See what we can get to. How many printers do you need? More. Buying a second printer doubles the output. Upgrading one gives you what? 30? Depends. So right now, in terms of what I can literally just log into my computer and print from, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I can print from 11 printers plus 2 resin machines right now within like slice and go. Although, to be fair, the Cheedy and the LDO 300 are both off right now because it is so hot in this room that they're tripping their fans. Like the MCU fans on the LDO V2 for some reason. Not the Trident though, and not Toasty Boy. The fan keeps kicking in to cool down the Raspberry Pi, and it's like, it'll kick in for a second, and then it'll turn off. Then it kicks in for a second, and then it turn off. Plug in the Tico, make it more. Yeah, there's number 12. Number 12 up here. Okay, so now we gotta attach this carriage clip. Oh no, I'm all out of iced coffee. Paper straws are horrible. One of my favorite things to do when I go to the States is just grab a bunch of plastic straws and throw them in my car. Okay. So, you want, okay, so place the excess, make sure the mark on the X motor is facing up, okay. So, face that around. That goes there. That is up, okay. Attach the X carriage to both bearings, see the orientation. Leave the upper bearing out of the X carriage for the time being. Slide the lower bearing all the way into the pocket of the carriage and align them with the surface. Rotate both bearings so that the marking is down. Cover the bearings with the carriage. Okay, cool. So this comes in from underneath. Bearings face down. Just like that. Okay. Then this goes on top like so. And then I attach it with the, what is it, M310s? M310s. People in Vegas printing ABS outside. I mean, it's currently 30.4 degrees Celsius and 50% humidity out here right now. So it ain't too much better in here. There we go. Yeah, go to Death Valley and print outside. Somebody put a printer in the trunk of the car. I believe it. Like, it is hot enough in here to do decent ABS open air printing, as long as there's no fan. So right now I've got my fan going, so that will make it kind of not worth doing that, but. Okay, tighten them in the X pattern. Okay, that's that. So we put that on, we tighten that. Okay, follow the motor. Okay, so we need the X-axis motor. So this just flops for now. Okay, X-axis motor is right here. M318s. What are we at right now? 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Got 8 minutes, and then we're going to be doing the giveaway. So if you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, link in the video description. And M310-1. and a GT216 pulley. Huzzah. Okay. Place the XM motor. Okay, so what is that? Insert M3 10 screw into the XN motor. What? That just goes in there? Okay. That just goes in there, I guess. So that just goes there, okay. And that goes on with M318s. It is currently 109F in Phoenix. Somebody pull up that, what is it, the King of the Hill clip? Why is it so hot here? Why do you live like this? Okay. Note the correct X motor orientation, cable facing down. Okay, we're good there. Make sure the tension screw, okay. Push it all the way in. And we'll just finger tight these for now. Okay. Put the flat facing outwards. Slide the pulley on and do the little trick again. That's smart. That's a smart thing. What's not smart is where the hell did my Allen key go? On the floor. Ah. This is really smart where they have it so that like the top of the plastic part is your reference for where the thing it needs to go to properly indicate where it needs to go. They are turning up in snowblowers. I'm in Canada. It's 30.4 out in the garage, in the shade. Okay, tighten the scrub screws. Okay, so now we need belt. And we need a pin. And we need a bearing. Okay. Guide in the belt idler, so that goes in there and that goes in there. Sweet. Easy peasy-ish, lemon squeezy-ish. Guess it doesn't really matter which way this goes. That goes in like that. That goes in like that. I dropped something on the ground. I don't know what. Hopefully it wasn't important. Ooh, I like this. This isn't a pin bearing. This bearing is actually like has a proper, focus on the thing. There you go. It's not a pin bearing, or at least it's an RS bearing. That's nice. Okay, so this just slides in, line it up, and then put the pin through. Okay. Push the pin all the way in using an Allen key. Okay. Oh, it's like trapped in there now. Okay. Okay, that's cool. So, I really wish I should have been using this cam more. It slides in, and then when you pull it, you could see the pin there. So if you ever need to get it out, what you do is you just loosen tension and you can pop it out now. But see, when it's tight, it's actually like in there and it ain't coming out. So it's captive. That's cool. That's a smart little design feature. Okay, so now the top goes in there. And that goes through the bottom, and then that goes through there. Trying to hurry up and get this part done before we call it an end. There we go. This slides through here. And then it goes up and around the motor. Dang it, went through the wrong way of the motor. There we go. So let's see, how does it recommend to tighten this? That goes there, that goes there. Guide the X, okay, so get this into position. Okay. Belt must be loose, place the, okay, so basically just eat it as tight as you can and just kind of shove it in. There we go. Okay, assemble the carriage, make sure it moves. Oops, sorry. There you go. Okay, so that's in like that. There you go. There's, ooh, that's butter. That is butter. Butter. Haribo time! Hey, we finished. Cool. Is there no back cap I put on this? Oh wait, there is. Okay. Assemble the carriage. Okay. Where's the? Where's that back carriage part? Where did I have that out? No, I didn't. Yeah, I want to put that back part on before we call it. What is that part called? Oh wait, no, those are the screws. That's on the bottom. Yeah, I already put that part on. That's that bottom part. Okay. Okay, cool. So that is it for, I'm just gonna put a zip, actually, yeah, I'm gonna put a zip tie on this just to hold it together for now. But yeah, time for a giveaway. I just don't want this falling apart. This might not work. That ain't gonna work. 1 second here, you go up through here. There we go. There we go, okay, cool. There we go, okay. So this is where we're currently at with the Prusa build. The frame's assembled. We got our X-axis assembled. Or the X gantry assembled. So next stream, we will carry on where we left off and see how far we go. Yay! So that goes there. And now I'm gonna put all the fasteners in here and hopefully not spill them all. So you're an empty bag. You can go in here. You can go over here. You can go in there. You can go in there. You can go in there. I wish some of these bags were resealable. Joe, why aren't these all resealable bags? Why are you doing this to me? There we go. I'm trying to be nice, like trying to be proper and actually clean up my mess at the end of the stream instead of leaving it for 5 minutes before the next stream. Okay, so there we go. It's starting to look like a printer. Yay, golf claps in chat. Okay, let's do this giveaway. Every stream, we give away a spool of filament from Polymaker. I will give you 2 minutes to enter. If you have not entered, you have 2 minutes to enter. Link in the video description. Also, while you're down there, make sure you like the smash button. And if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, the things I do, links in the video description as well, such as for Polymaker. They make some great filament. Doesn't cost you anything extra, but it's an affiliate link. Goes a long way in supporting the channel. Also, if you do want to buy one of these, I do have a Prusa affiliate now. It is linked in the video description. So, hey, if you want to check it out or anything else they offer, use that link just to help out. So, ooh, I wonder what we're doing for dinner. The like, if you hit the like button, you get double entries. I don't know, maybe that is a thing. Now that you've heard it, are you gonna risk it? So what do we got next? It's done! Z-axis assembly. Cool. Yeah, all black is gonna look nice, I think. Birthday pizza. Well, it's up to the wifey. Depends what she wants to, where she wants to go for food. Camo, I've never won. Today is today. You know what, Camo? I'm rooting for you, buddy. Got 1 minute. If you haven't entered yet, you got 1 minute. How many viewers do we have right now? 386. Nice. Nice. What do we peak at? We peaked around 460. We've been dropping over the last little bit, though. Yeah, we peaked around 460. So I need to get more lights out here. That's for sure. And I need to get an overhead camera set up for sure. And cooling, but the cooling's gonna have to wait till next month. Okay, let's do this giveaway. Boop, boop, boop. Link to sheets. Create. Wheel of names. Copy all these. Got 700 entries, but I don't have 700 people. We don't have 700 likes of the smash button, but we got 700 entries. What the heck? What the heck? Oh. Do you have any drop frames? Nope, no drop frames. Got no drop frames. Yeah, see, all clean. CPU percent 1.1. That's the joy of streaming off, having a dedicated GPU for just streaming. Okay, this is the Prusa Mk4. I need a number between 1 and 4. 1 and 4. I need a number between 1 and 4. Three. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And the winner will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from Polymaker. So congratulations to Daniel Craw. Congratulations, Daniel. Everyone golf claps in chat for Daniel. Let me find their information here. 1 of 1, that's what I like to see. So congratulations, you will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to get your filament from Polymaker. So everyone golf claps in chat there. Sweet, easy peasy. That was fun. So yeah, this is going good. That's the one thing I like about Prusa. One of the things I like about them. The builds are just good. It's well documented. Everything in the kits are nice and labeled. It's a fun build. Like, if you've never built a printer before and you could justify getting a Prusa and you're looking for a printer to build, you really can't go wrong building one of these. Like, it is a very fun printer to build. as a printer because it's a competent machine. The kit's well assembled. The instructions are very clear. Like it goes together good. It's a Prusa. It's what they do. Control up to date with revisions. I've never seen that. Can't justify excited for the multi-head. Yeah, the multi-head XL is definitely going to be a thing because like single nozzle multi-material setups are actually pretty limiting and pretty wasteful. So an actual true proper multi-material setup is the way to go. Check the floor for what? I've got one screw down here and that's garbage. I've got one screw on the floor. Anything on this side? No. Oh, there's a screw over there, but I'll get that later. Oh, well. So yeah. Oh, and did I show? I don't know if I showed these off. So I have been playing with the resin printer that we unboxed, the Mars 4 Pro. So I've got that was the material that we printed on it, and I can't remember the name of the, is that a rabbit lady? I don't know. From that one Animu. But yeah. Resin. I'm now printing a bunch of resin stuff, and I'll print a bunch of resin stuff and go, resin's cool, and then I won't print for like 8 months on resin. So. Take the date you ordered for order fulfillment and delivery from Prusa. Thanks. Benny T. So I ordered literally the day that Prusa opened it. Shipping dates. Okay. But here, so if you ordered a Mark IV kit, they actually have a thing. So I ordered April 12th. In this time period. I ordered at like 6:30 CET because I was out and about when they opened it up. So mine was assembled. Like I have the paper right here. My kit was put in a box the 10th of July, 8 days ago. It showed up here last week. I think it shipped like last Friday. It showed up here like either last Wednesday or last Tuesday. But if you're interested, like if you were to order a Mark IV kit today, it should ship in September. Right now, that's the current what it looks like for kits. If you order an assembled one today, it'll show up in next month. So it's a little bit more of a headline on the funny thing is the kits take longer. The kits actually, you would think the kit wouldn't take long because, oh, you just take all the parts and you put it in a box. No, because they actually build the flickin' printer, they test it all, and then they take it apart and put it in the kit. Yeah. So they actually like assemble a bunch of it, test it, make sure it works, and then they put it in a kit. So there's actually, I think, more involved in the kits. So anyways, it's dinner time. I gotta go take the wife out for her birthday. So I hope you enjoyed the stream. Shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament that we gave away. Links for them and more in the video description. Don't cost you anything extra. Affiliate links go a long way in supporting the channel. And for those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create, without your continued support. It allows me to purchase things such as this Mark IV kit that we can build on stream. So thank you for helping out. Friday, we are doing the Hedamame V2s. So that actually is a sponsored stream. So look out for that. That's gonna be a fun build. And then next Saturday coming up is continuing on with the Rook. So it is Tuesday out there. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe out there, wash your hands, and I will see you on Friday. Goodbye.